Part 2 of the shed cleanup. Fortunately the owners have left the power on, so it gives me some lights. It's a rather chilly day today, so I've closed the doors. So I'm just starting to sort out just the very first bits, and I'll do various videos along the way. I'm set up here, got my radio going, got some lunch there, and coffee's ready to drink, and we'll get into some of these boxes and see what treasures were found. So I've done a couple of hours here this morning. As you can see, it kind of looks a bit messier, but you know, that's the process of sorting out. It's got to get messier before it gets neater. I've packed a lot of boxes full of things here. I haven't found anything super good, but there's a lot of new old stock pump parts, lots of brass fittings, and you know, some of this stuff would have to date to the 50s or 60s. Thermostatic expansion valve. So they're new old stock. Now I don't know if there's going to be a demand for them, but you know, I'll check eBay. I might throw one on. But if nothing else, you know, I'm sure they're going to pull $5 or $10 each for them in the shop. Lots of nice old wooden army boxes. This one's got some hardware from an old meat safe ice chest. So some of that stuff will be handy for me to keep. There's some metal bits I think I'll be able to sell. That's just stuff that it's worth pulling the copper and brass out of. Plenty of old Bakelite switches and light fittings. Buckets, I just throw the scrap in as I'm sorting. That's a massive big drill chuck. It's extremely heavy, so might have a bit of market there. So I'm just sorting into little boxes. Brass fittings, pump parts, some old rubber seals, which are still quite usable, gaskets, little boxes I put aside, and it just helps me sort. There's a few of these. These are filter dryers, I think out of air conditioners or something. I'm not totally sure. I'll do some checking on those. More pump parts. Brand new mechanical seal from a pump. So those things are going to have value for sure. Whether they eBay or not, I'm not sure. Huge big floodlight, and I found a new globe to go in it. Now that's a fairly large light globe, new old stock, but these old green enamel, it's probably a tennis court light or something, quite saleable. The industrial looks still in. So all I've really done this morning is empty this one shelf. Haven't really got to much of the other shed, but I've spread a bit of stuff out to give you a look. I did find this tin, which is quite a nice old tin. There's a Shell oil tin in one of the boxes too, which is quite nice. A couple of big old floodlights, some 50s or 60s era light fittings. This tin was interesting. I didn't notice when I first came in here, but it actually is property of Peter's Ice Cream, Melbourne, so that's kind of cool. So anyway, I'll keep going, but there's a nice mobile tin over there you can spot too. Anyway, nothing outstanding, but lots of saleable stuff. Spent a couple of hours here today, so I'll throw these full boxes in the van. Probably come back next week and do a bit more. The beauty is that the owners don't have a mad rush to get the place empty, so I can just access it when it suits me, and just gradually clean it up in bits. Alright, we'll look out for part 3 next week, and I'll keep a record of what we find.